On the day everything changed, 17-year-old Eli Carter was late for school because the bus didn't come. He stood at the corner of Maple and 3rd, backpack slung over one shoulder, phone in hand, refreshing the transit app that always lied. The app insisted the bus had passed 5 minutes ago. The street, however, was empty except for a stray dog digging through a tipped-over trash can. Eli sighed. Being late meant detention. Detention meant missing his after-school shift at the grocery store. Missing that shift meant his mom would have to work an extra hour at the diner to cover the electricity bill. All because a bus didn't come. He started walking. Maple Street was supposed to be one of the revitalized corridors the mayor bragged about on billboards and campaign flyers. But the sidewalks were cracked, the streetlights flickered like tired eyes, and the bus stop bench had been broken for so long people had forgotten it was ever meant to sit on. Eli stepped over a pothole filled with brown water and muttered, "Revitalize my foot." At school, detention came exactly as expected. Mr. Hanley barely looked up as he wrote Eli's name on the clipboard. "Bus again?" Mr. Hanley asked. "Yeah." Mr. Hanley nodded, like a doctor confirming a chronic illness. "Sit." Eli sat. He thought about his mom counting coins at the kitchen table. He thought about how the mayor had cut funding for public transit last year while announcing a new downtown fountain that lit up in different colors. The lights flickered today. His mom said, "If they go out again, the landlord will blame us." Eli poked at his food. "Why don't they fix anything around here?" His mom gave a tired smile. "Because people like us don't complain loud enough." That sentence stuck. The next morning, Eli didn't wait at the bus stop. He walked straight to school, pulled out his phone, and started recording. "This is Maple Street," he said, panning the camera over the broken bench, the potholes, the flickering light. "I've been late to school 12 times this semester because the bus doesn't come. The city says this area is revitalized. Does this look revitalized to you?" He uploaded the video with the caption, "If this is progress, imagine neglect." By lunchtime, it had 3,000 views. By the end of the school day, it had 50,000. By midnight, it was everywhere. People commented with their own videos. Broken sidewalks, missed buses, closed clinics, neighborhoods that never made it into the mayor's glossy newsletters. Eli woke up to his phone, buzzing nonstop. "Eli!" His mom called from the kitchen. "Why is Channel 6 calling our house?" He stumbled out, heart pounding. "What?" At school, kids stared. Some whispered. Others nodded at him like he'd done something brave instead of terrifying. A girl from his history class leaned over. "Dude, my aunt shared your video. She lives across town." By afternoon, the mayor's office released a statement. The city of Riverwood remains committed to equitable development for all residents. Isolated infrastructure issues are being addressed. Isolated. Eli reread the word until it felt insulting. That night, he posted again. "Isolated," he said, standing in front of the bus stop with 3 neighbors behind him. "Meet Ms. Alvarez. She's missed work 6 times this month. Meet Jamal. His grandma can't get to her doctor because the sidewalk's broken. This isn't isolated. This is ignored." The video crossed 1 million views in 2 days. That was when the threat started. A private message popped up. "You should be careful. People who stir trouble don't always like the consequences." Another followed. "Delete the videos. You don't know who you're messing with." Eli showed his mom. Her face went pale. "Please," she said, "you've made your point. Let it go." "I can't," Eli said quietly. "They're listening now." A week later, a man in a sharp suit knocked on their door. "I'm Daniel Ross," he said smoothly, "senior advisor to Mayor Whitmore. We appreciate civic engagement," Ross continued, "but misinformation spreads fast. The mayor would like to invite Eli to a private meeting." Eli knew what that meant. "Make it public," he said. Ross smiled, thin and controlled. "That wouldn't be productive." "Then no meeting." The smile faded. "You're very young. This could affect your future." Eli met his eyes. So could bad sidewalks. The next day, the mayor went on television. "While we encourage youth participation, Mayor Whitmore said. We must be careful not to amplify exaggerated claims driven by social media attention rather than facts. Exaggerated. Eli's hands shook as he typed his response. Facts? He said in his next video, holding printed city budget documents. Here are the numbers. Transit funding cut by 18%. Downtown beautification increased by 30%. If that exaggeration, correct me. He tagged every local news station. They responded. Reporters showed up at Maple Street. Cameras filmed the potholes. Microphones were held in front of residents who'd never been asked their names before. The city council announced a hearing. Eli was invited to speak. The night before, he couldn't sleep. He stared at the ceiling, replaying everything that could go wrong. The council chamber was packed. Residents filled the seats. Cameras lined the walls. When Eli's name was called, his legs felt like rubber. He stood at the podium, took a breath, and spoke. I'm not here because I wanted attention, he began. I'm here because my bus doesn't come, because my neighbors can't get to work. I'm 17. I can't vote yet, but I live here. And if leadership means anything, it means fixing what's broken, not pretending it isn't. The room was silent when he finished. The mayor leaned forward. Young man, Whitmore said, voice calm. Change takes time. Budgets are complex. Eli nodded. Then show it to us. A murmur rippled through the room. The hearing ended without promises. But something had shifted. Over the next month, Eli kept going. He organized neighborhood cleanups that turned into rallies. He helped residents file formal complaints. He taught seniors how to record videos on their phones. The movement got a name. Maple Street deserves better. The mayor's re-election campaign began. Promises were repeated, then a recording leaked. It was from a private fundraiser. Mayor Whitmore's voice was unmistakable. Those neighborhoods don't vote, he said, laughing. Why waste money there? The clip exploded online. Eli watched it once, then again, his stomach twisting. The city erupted. Protests filled downtown. Council members distanced themselves. Donors pulled out. The mayor held a press conference. Face tight. The audio is taken out of context, he said. Eli responded with a single post. No context makes that okay. 2 weeks later, the mayor announced his resignation. The city council appointed an interim mayor and scheduled a special election. Eli didn't celebrate. Not yet. He stood at the same bus stop on Maple Street, watching workers pour fresh asphalt into the pothole. The new bus shelter arrived the following week. Then the lights were fixed. Then the transit schedule stabilized. One morning, the bus came exactly on time. Eli boarded and sat by the window. His phone buzzed a message from an unknown number. Have you ever considered running for office someday? He smiled, looked out at the street, and typed back. First, I'm going to school. The bus rolled forward, smooth and steady, down a street that finally felt seen.